We had an early start today. Got out of the shelter about 6:45. Rained some last night, and but not too bad. It was kind of mainly just drizzles and stuff. Somebody else joined us at the shelter about 7:30 p.m. We were already up in backpacker midnight, settling in to get to sleep so we can get an early start. So this morning we both started wrestling around about 4:45 with the red lights on our headlamp, trying to get our gear stowed and stuff. But eventually got our stuff handled. Now we're on the trail. Early day. It's not raining yet. We love it. You see David, for those who aren't familiar with backpacking, he's got a pack cover on. And that helps keep his pack from getting saturated. Even though it's sort of waterproof, the packs are, they can still soak up a lot of water. And that's weight, so got his pack cover on. We got our rain gear on. And when you hike uphill in rain gear, you sweat. But that's it for now. Enough of watching David backside. We'll watch him fade away into the distance. David, what's going on?
Well, I don't know. The rain's holding off pretty good. We're moving pretty fast, though.
Have you checked your gut hooks lately? How we doing on miles?
Well, I'll tell you what, let's just look at the mile marker.
Holy
Whoa!
cow!
Oh,
900!
Yeah.
900!
Woo!
Man, that's kind of a cause for celebration.
Woo!
Yeah, we get some music. Cue the music. 900 total miles of the AT have now been done by the team. He nails the landing.
Morning is starting to brighten up quite a bit. I think we're gonna get pretty fortunate with rain and stuff. It looks like the worst of it's bypassed us, and you can see the sun, and we're starting to get some pretty good views here.
Somebody try calling open arms.
I think they said it's going to get up to about 72 or something today in the mountains, so that's going to be pretty nice. We're already sweating like pigs going up the hill here.
All right, it's lunchtime, and found this really nice spot right along this highway. But it's got this really nice wall that you can rest on. What do we got, Joe?
Tortilla and something, and the something today is pulled pork and barbecue sauce.
Ooh, that sounds good.
From Walmart.
That sounds good. I've got tortillas and tuna hot buffalo style. Yum, yum. Mmm. Well, we've done about 11 and a half miles, something like that.
Yep.
So we're going to be trying to get to a shelter is about 20 miles out, so about 8.5 more miles to go. So we're actually doing really good. Again, the weather's really holding up for us, so far so good.
And we haven't rushed anything.
That's right, taking our time. Taking our time.
And hoping that the one campground about a mile from our shelter will be open and have cold beverages.
Yes, we've heard rumors that it opens today, and there could be some cold beverages available. And maybe some ice cream or something like that. So just cross our fingers. We have made it to, where is this? What is this?
Lewis Mountain Campground.
Campground. Oops. Paper flies away. We were quite happy that this just opened, I think, this week. So we've got...
I think they opened today.
Oh, today, actually. So we are enjoying some adult beverages.
Yes.
Well, kind of an adult beverage. Hide him behind here. Yeah. But yeah, this is great. You know, again, it's just a little camp store here at a campground. So we are enjoying our rewards of a long day. It's we've got about 0.7 more to go to the shelter, and that'll make it about 20 and a half.
Yeah. Well, let's make this story a little more exciting. We didn't find out until about halfway through the day. We're looking at gut hooks, and there was a comment for here that said opens 3:26. I was like, well, today's 3:26, but what are the odds of that? So we weren't sure, but we realized it was within our capabilities to get here. And David had a good idea. He goes, they might close that store at 5. We need to target 5. So it's kind of touch and go, and we took off.
Well, no, wait. Before we even got to that point, we saw the southbounder. Or was that afterwards?
We'd already called. Yeah, we'd already called them.
Okay.
So then we thought, we'll call them. So we got a signal, we called. And the lady we talked to, we asked if the store was open. She goes, I don't know. No, I'm thinking, what? What do you mean you don't know? Well, somebody had a medical emergency and they had to take him out of here. So she wasn't sure. She said, I'll find out and call you back. And we said, okay. So we didn't have a signal. And then we ran into the southbounder who'd been to the store.
And she was carrying a tall boy light beer and had 2 more in her pack. So
Yeah.
like, the store was open? She goes, yeah, it was open.
And not just a tall boy, it's one of these giant guys that
Yeah.
are like half quart or something,
Yeah,
quarter
yeah.
something like that.
So she got us motivated. So we got here about 4:30 and found out that they close at 6.
Yeah.
So we may be sitting here just a little bit.
The lady that we contacted here at the campground actually did call us back, left a message, said, yeah, they are open till 5. And then she called back again to say, I'm sorry I screwed up, they're open till 6. And then we got here at 4:30. Beer is a wonderful motivator.
So hopefully we'll make it to the shelter and not end up sleeping on the picnic table. But all right, we'll catch up with y'all later tonight.
All right. See you later.
All right, we have made it to our shelter tonight. Let me see what Bearfence shelter. So we ended up pulling off I think it was 20.1 or 21. What was it?
20 something miles.
20 something.
It was the best 20 something miles.
Yeah, I have to say this is one of the best days that we have had. Before we go any further, I wanted to just show what Joe is doing. Joe is inflating his air pad, and he's using a kind of a pump sack that doubles as his clothes bag. But basically what you do is you just fill it full of air, and then it's connected into your mattress. Air mattress, you use that. It takes a little bit of time, but one of the reasons I say to do that is by doing this, you avoid a lot of the moisture and stuff that's coming out of your ear, out of your mouth. And if you're blowing straight into your air mattress, you end up with a lot of moisture in there, which ultimately can get into, leading to mold and that kind of stuff.
Saliva.
Saliva. Yeah, don't spit in it, Joe. Whereas this kind of helps keep that from happening, and also keeps you from getting totally out of breath. And usually at the end of a day, to blow up an air mattress, you're down to your last breaths trying to make that happen. So I know for mine it takes anywhere from like 8 to 10 bags full of air to get it to inflate.
And Joe 10 to 20.
Yeah, Joe 10 to 20.
Not as
Yeah.
good as David.
Yeah. Well,
I'm working on it.
You accept that. So, but we had a great day today. Like I said, this is probably one of the better days that we had. I think you saw the video earlier that we stopped at the camp store. What was the name of that, Joe, again? Lewis Campground
Store.
And just a great place. The people that work there were just incredible. In fact, one point Joe went in to buy something. He dropped some money on the floor, and we're sitting there back outside at the picnic table. And she comes down and says, "Oh, I think you dropped this money." It's like, wow, thank you.
And the woman we talked to there, she's like, she'd worked at other places. This is the place that she's willing to work to at the rest of her life. She just loves it here.
Yeah, loved it.
Great attitude and
Right.
loves the people.
Yeah. And then we had an opportunity to meet a couple that were actually from Atlanta. They rode their motorcycle up and are camping here for the next couple of days.
Amazing.
It's cool. It's cool.
And then we met a woman from Alaska. She knew where Wasilla was, Alaska. And believe it or not, she rode in on her motorcycle. And with Alaska
cool.
plates, and then you got to imagine the conversation that started. Just Shirley, and what a wonderful lady. We had so much fun talking with her. And then tonight we've got some people from New York who just arrived, and they have no idea what they're in for.
He's not as scary as he looks. I'd say that. So, all right. Well, we'll continue this later.
Hey, catch y'all later.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. We just hiked up a big hill.
Got a good start this morning. I think we left there just a little bit before 7. We had to cut our video short last night only because there were some other people coming into the shelter and we didn't want to kind of dominate or film them or anything.
Nice people.
Yeah,
from,
nice people. A couple from New York.
Brooklyn, right?
Yeah,
That's where they
Brooklyn.
live? Yeah.
Brooklyn. Nice young couple just out for the weekend. So anyways, had the shelter to ourselves last night, although we saw one other tent this morning that must have come in pretty late last night. We didn't hear them. But anyways, again, we had a great day yesterday. Turns out it was 21.1. I think we said a little less than that, but it was a lot of miles.
Yeah, a lot of miles.
Yeah, but again, it ended great. I think we talked about the fact we got to stop at the campground store and had some adult beverages and snacks, and
We threw down some calories.
we did, and had an opportunity just to talk to a lot of people. That was pretty cool. It was a nice way to end the day. I think we sat there for 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
And then we only had like 0.7 to get to the shelter, so that worked out well. We have a goal today, and that's to get to the Skyline Resort. I think it's 16 miles out, so we're contemplating if we can get there in time that we'll have dinner there, and then we'll push on, same kind of thing, push on a little bit further and set ourselves up nicely to get into the hostel the following day for resupply. Yeah. But a beautiful morning. You can probably see the sun coming up behind me here, and that bright little thing right there. Yep. And I'm not talking about Joe.
He's a little thing, but just not so bright.
He's not so bright. He's not so bright. Anyways, we're having fun. I think yesterday was one of the best days we've had in several days, just because it was different.
Yeah.
And we've kind of gotten into the last few days have just been hiking. So we're trying to make sure that our legs are starting to come in, and that's making it a little bit easier for us because we can make the miles and still have time to kind of sit back and relax a little bit and enjoy some things.
Getting up earlier has been the key. Him getting my butt out of the sack earlier. So if we're on the trail like that, then we have more hiking hours available, so we can take a more measured pace.
Exactly.
And we just don't get as exhausted during the day. So we have a chance to rest, recover, eat, and that's working out really well.
Yeah. So anyways, we're hoping to make some good miles this morning, and like I said, our ultimate goal is to get to the Skyline Resort for dinner and maybe have like a burger.
Shake, maybe.
Big burger.
I'm thinking a big hamburger and a big salad.
A salad, something green.
Salad would be nice.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see y'all down the trail.
Down the trail. So, we're getting into our day a little bit. It's just a really nice stretch of trail here. We've been through some blowdowns, but this is kind of picturesque. Nice, clean little trail. Fairly straight path forward. We get stuff like this, you can just not quite zone out, but you can just cruise and make good time, and you're not going up a hill or down a hill, so it's a good chance just to stretch your legs, immerse yourself in nature, and focus on not doing face plants. But you may hear a car go by. That's the only thing maybe not so great. This section kind of follows along Skyline Drive in the national park, and again, that's Shenandoah National Park. So you'll see cars go by every now and then, and there's a lot of little parking areas too that allow people to park and then access the Appalachian Trail or other adjoining trails and go get some of the views and waterfalls and things like that. So it's a really nice area to visit. And they're starting to open up the parks and things, so be more and more people as we go along. But we're seeing not too many folks. It's sort of nice having nature a bit to yourself. There's another branch. Ooh, paying attention to the camera, and I'm gonna walk into a tree. Probably enjoy that.
We've come to this beautiful stretch. It's I think it's about 3 miles. Joe's celebrating. He's practicing his marching band routine, which he will be trying out for after the hike is done. I think he'll be playing a tuba. He looks like a tuba guy. Yeah. Or maybe he'll be the head guy. Or maybe not.
wildlife this morning. 9:36 a.m. Pretty. We've seen several deer. It's the first one that's just kind of sat here and let us look at him. He's waving at us. Isn't that cute? Yeah. Hey, big guy. Boy, this is a gorgeous view. Best view ever. We're about, I don't know, 7 miles in today. Yeah, just gorgeous.
So David, what the heck is going on? Why are we walking in the road today?
Well, that's a good question. Where are we? This is
Skyline something.
Skylander. Whatever. They've rerouted the AT and put us on a road, and then gave us a few blazes, and then they all disappeared. So, but we think we see one.
They did give us a nice view off over there. But we're heading towards food.
That's our goal.
Food and beverages.
That's what we're hoping we're going to let a couple smelly hikers in.
Yeah, we're going to have to probably do some asking.
But we're going to get there. We're going to do it.
We're going to get this done.
You're right, you're at the blaze.
Yep, there's a blaze. We've been trying to find these elusive little blazes on this detour. There's one up ahead. Nice little cabins. Picnic tables. And there's the white blaze of the AT. And the promise of food.
Just got done eating an incredible lunch. Didn't do any video there, but at the Skyland Shenandoah Dining Hall, we kind of pigged out. I think I had over 2,500 calories. It was good.
I think if you go into the actual dining hall, we were in the tap room.
Oh, the tap room.
The dining hall itself had some glass windows.
Right, they could see. This is an incredible view. Just climbing up from there, about 30 minutes out.
All these little homesteads down in there and farms all scattered throughout.
This has a little bit of a Tinker Cliff feel to it. See some people down here. I don't know if it's a different trail, I guess, to get down there. So, all right, we're moving on. We've got about 5.5 miles to go to get to where we're going to be tonight. So, going to see if we can't beat a little bit of the rain that they're predicting. So, we are looking at the sunset just right outside the shelter here on top of the mountain at Birdsnet Hut. It's just a shelter. But anyway, it's just a gorgeous sunset tonight. This is our entertainment for the evening.
I'd forgotten about that when you had all that smoke. Because of the fires out here.
Let's turn around here and show you what the shelter looks like.
Out to the east.
And,
And then you get these great sunsets.
this kind of opens up right, looking right at the sunset. So anyways, we'll sit here and gawk at this for a little while longer.
What date?
All right, so this is the day 28 wrap up, which is actually the end of 4 weeks for us.
Yeah.
We have been on the trail for 4 weeks, and I'd like to think we're better off for it. Nah.
We are better. There's less of us, but
Yeah, there's less of us, and there's more hair on the face and that kind of stuff. But good day today. We actually ended up doing about 22.4 miles. Last night we were at the Bearfence hut, and now tonight we're at Birdsnet number 3 hut.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty cool little hut. Now, I guess this used to be a day shelter, or you could come for the day. They don't do that anymore. They've got a bunch of fire pits around, and it has a fireplace in here, but I don't think we're gonna.
Yeah, that might be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I was going to sleep in a smoke-filled room.
Exactly. You probably saw the video before of the sunset, just incredible. And I think I showed you the way that the shelter's facing, just it's facing the sunset and the city lights, and actually what we're looking at now and seeing the city lights. So pretty cool little setup here. But yeah, all in all, great day.
Yeah, great day. Really, we got up early knowing we had the goal to try to get to Skyland Lodge and look at getting a dinner there or a lunch. So we got there about a little before 2 o'clock, and we had great eats, you know, and then we had to come back to reality. Well, we got 6.3 miles left to hike still.
Right.
And so we got after it, and then the weather was coming in. We were getting little sprinkles. It's that thing, you know, where it's sprinkling on you just a little bit, and then it will stop, and it starts again. It's like, should we put the rain gear on, or you know?
Yeah, but we boogied. We were working hard to try to get here before it rained, and the power of prayer. We got here, and it hasn't rained at all since we got here. They talk about some storms tonight are possible, some thunderstorms. So we'll see how that unfolds for us. But again, good day.
Yeah, great day.
Great day. We've got how many miles tomorrow?
3.2 miles tomorrow to get down to the Gap, and then we're supposed to get picked up to go to the hostel. So
yeah,
clean laundry and resupply and showers,
probably more than one.
Yeah, it might take 2.
So it's going to be a good day for us, because again we pushed the miles to try to make that last day short, and we're starting to try to play with that a little bit. You know, our legs are starting to come in. You know, our hiker legs. I don't know if they're there 100%, but just like today doing 22, we're still able to walk. In the beginning, we wouldn't have been able to do that. But our challenge now is like trying to squeeze this to 4 days would mean that we would get to the hostel at night.
Yeah.
And then it would be, well, we'd have to take the next morning to do all of our activities. So it's kind of, we're not sure if it's worth trying to squeeze it to 4 yet.
But it gives you flexibility. Maybe
Right.
then you're taking a 0, you get the full day to chill out,
Right.
or
Right.
and a lot of times it depends upon what is after that hostel. So if you get there the night before, you shower, you get resupplied, and you're only going to have a half a day hiking that day in the afternoon. Is there a good spot to land if you're going to take off for those 5 or 6 hours of hiking only?
Right.
So
Yeah.
so many
I
variables.
know, this is a mental thing.
Oh, it is. You got to have strategies. We've talked about that before. It's not just the gear and the toys. You got to have strategies.
You got strategies around garbage cans. And,
Yeah.
I mean, just all kinds of things. So, but again, a great day, and looking forward to getting cleaned up and getting clothes washed. Amazingly, nobody was holding their nose when we walked into the restaurant. But it's kind of nice. I had it set up with the tables spread apart pretty far, just because
For social distancing.
for social distancing. And we were wondering if they did that for the hikers or if they did that for the COVID-19. But it was really nice. Everything is just starting to open here, so there were a lot of people here, a lot of hikers, a lot of day hikers going up to the various balls and the views and so forth. And it made it pretty crowded on the trail at times.
Yeah, there were lots of people out, but we did see some flip-floppers that were going from
Yeah.
Harper's Ferry down to Springer, so that we passed some of those. There were 2 guys that were eating at the same time we talked with today, so we're starting to see a lot of that activity.
And we
It's cool.
we met another young girl that is doing a flip-flop, same thing, out of Harper's Ferry. So we're starting to see some of the flip-floppers, but right now they're all kind of going southbound. So it'll be interesting when we get to Harper's Ferry to see which ones are going northbound.
Yep.
That would be going along with us. We met Father Time.
Yes, we did.
He is, I think, continuing his hike from last year. He had to get off, so I think he's continuing on. He actually went to the hostel today. He got off early there. I think at Skyland. He got a shuttle in, so we may actually see him tomorrow. So, anyways, we're starting to see and be able to talk to some of the other thru hikers that are here. But again, we're expecting by the time we get to Harper's Ferry, it'll really start to pick up. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, the people stories are some of the best things.
Yeah.
We met an interesting gentleman tonight. He's from Australia, and he's in the Australian Army, and he's here in the States for 2 years duty assignment. And it was just, we had a great chat with him. He's given us a really good idea on a windshield.
With
And not like for a
yeah.
car, but for a shield to block the wind around our propane stove. So
Yeah.
we look forward to playing with
And
that.
as he
idea.
put it, if it doesn't work, at least you got to drink a good beer.
Yeah.
So-
But anyways, so far so good for 4 weeks. I think we're doing well, man. You know, we've kind of settled into routines. You know, looking back, we certainly spent a lot of time in shelters versus our tents, and that's mainly because we're the only ones that have been at the shelters. And even tonight, there's nobody else in here. It's just Joe and I. The gentleman from Australia is hammocking, and then there's another lady that's tenting. So we expect it'll start to get a little filled as we go into Harper's Ferry and beyond. And at that point, we may fall back to just tenting.
Yeah.
We're just kind of taking advantage of what's given to us. And with the bad weather coming in tonight,
Yeah.
this is perfect. We don't have to worry about a wet tent or anything in the morning.
Yeah, it's saved us time to set up and tear down, so we can do a bit more hiking. It's just been kind of easy, but tents are great because then, you know, especially when the bugs come out, tents keep the bugs out. They keep the mice out and everything else. So you just have to do, you know, right now the bugs haven't been a problem.
Right, and mice haven't been a problem, so that's good. All right, well we'll cut it there. You know, again, so far so good. You know, we're 1 month down out of what we had expected to take 4 months to get to Katahdin before we flip. So we've got 3 more months, and we're expecting to be done with the northern part. And then, as we've talked about before, we'll do the wedding thing for my son, and when we come back, then Joe and I the wives will drive us back up to Virginia, and we'll hike south back to Georgia. So it's hard to believe 1 month is already done a quarter of the way.
Yep.
Going north is almost, well, it is done.
Yep.
And we're doing good mileage wise. We're slightly ahead of where we thought we would be. We are just under 400 miles hiked. I think we've like 387 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think you saw in one of the earlier videos, we crossed the 900 mile mark on the AT. So that means we've hiked 900 miles of the AT so far. And again, on this trip, we have hiked just about, 387 miles. So it'll all start to come together as we wrap it up. But
My hand's getting tired.
okay, all right. Before Joe drops the camera, we'll stop it here. So we'll talk to you all tomorrow.
All right, have a good
Good
one.
night.